My name is Shankar Narayanan. It's a long name, you know. Kind of got a Indian heritage to it, you know what I mean? So it's named after Shiva, you know, the god of destruction. So I'm trying to live it up with that. My MC name is Sanity. The reason I started in rap, man, mainly because it was the most, just a really open culture for me to kind of just spread my wings in there and kind of just, you know, step into it as a full mature artist, you know what I mean? I started off just, you know, hopping on Alchemist beats, P-Rock beats, you know, and just from there, starting on my webcam, you know, I was in my homie's garage. We just, you know, started a little webcam, like, thought to myself, like, you know, I don't know if this could work, you know what I mean? Like, cause I'm just like, I'm looking at it like, what exactly is this, you know what I mean? And just looking at the whole thing, we just in the garage like, well, you know, there's nothing else we could do. We might as well try this, you know what I mean? And it was actually the homie's garage that she produces. Her name's Coherent, shout out to Coherent. And yeah, man, I started in her garage, kept rapping. And then now I'm fully taking it seriously, you know what I mean? That was like days of high school, just learning about myself, you know, still learning about myself, but at least in that situation, it was a lot of learning about myself, you know. So yeah, I'm here.
Like I had no idea that you're Indian, dude. Like
yeah, man.
Yeah.
I like kind of like, you know, like the Spanish heritage, you know, or something like that. Filipino. I've gotten Filipino.
I thought you were Spanish because just, like from Instagram and all that, and you know, just you know, when this is the first time we met in person. I was like, yeah. I thought you was Latino.
Yeah.
How did hip hop and your culture mix? You know what I mean? Being from Indian heritage, like.
You know, man, the culture and hip hop mix, man. It really all started when my mom was singing a lot. We used to go to a lot of temples. You know, because my family's really deep rooted in their culture, you know what I mean? So we'd always just be at temples and stuff, you know. My mom loves to sing, you know, she's been singing for like, man, her whole life, you know, and she still is to this day, you know. And that gave me the culture, you know what I mean? That like I started going into that, and I looked at it as like okay, there's a sort of seriousness when it comes to music in general, you know. But at the same time, I feel like that's what me as a young individual looked at it as, okay, how am I going to put this in the hip-hop, you know what I mean? Because like in hip-hop, there's a sort of sense of fun and interaction with people, you know. But so I looked at it and I was like, man, I'm going to try getting what I know in my culture, mixing it with something that I listen to, you know, for such a long period of time, and it really just, you know, opened my eyes with it. The turning point with my music, man, you know, I just kept making music mostly for myself, in a sense, you know, a lot of ways just to really dig into it. It sparked up, you know, around like after high school, when I got out of high school. And I started just writing music. I took like a little hiatus, man. You know, I'm barely dropping music now. You know, I did like a few, you know, mixtapes in the background of high school, and you know, and like I learned from that, and I realized, okay, like this is now something that's way bigger than hip hop. You know what I mean? It's way bigger than everything in this whole world, you know. Like we're not only thinking about, like I'm not even thinking about just being a rapper. I'm thinking about a person that is trying to pursue something, you know. And that's why I try to relate it with everything I see. You know, I'm pushing myself now to just build on my music, you know. I feel like the first thing that people got to do is the music, you know. We can't come in here performing and stuff like that without what else, you know what I mean? Something in the studio and out the studio, you know. So yeah, man. Yeah, right there.
We listened to your music, man. It was like, yo, it was on like a conscious tip. And learning that you're only 21 years old, where did you get this sense of, is it something that you brought in, you know, just because, you know, like from home teachings, or like where did this consciousness in your music come
Yeah,
from?
yeah. The consciousness came from just, you know, it's like in general, man, experiences. You know what I mean? Experiences, psychedelics and not. You know, just in general experience. You know, and I started just digging deep into music and really reading exactly what people are saying. You know what I mean? And like I looked at the legends, like, you know, Bob, Peter Tosh. You know, we got a bunch of people. You know, that's just a few. But what made me really think about it was like they, you know, singers were the first thing too. The fact that they can say so little through a few words, you know what I mean? So through that, I kind of looked at it like, okay, maybe in my raps, you know, each line that I say can have a meaning to it. You know what I mean? So, like, you know, man, I really sometimes write a whole rap and I'll completely just rip it all up. You know what I mean? It's not because it was bad. It just feels like I could have said this in a different way, a different just harder way. Because sometimes I want people to kind of listen to my music and be like, okay, let me try to like decipher this. Because most of the time when I'm rapping, they're like, yo, that was sick, man. And I was like, thank you, man. You know, but like I know for a fact it's because of the flow. You know what I mean? And it's because of the way I say things. You know, and it's just like. That's why I was so in tune with hip-hop rap, because I was like, a person could just listen to you and just completely just lose their head just to what you're doing, not even what you're saying. You know, like what I feel like flow is doing. You know, I'm taking these words and I'm spitting it in a certain way for you to get it in. You know what I mean? So when I looked at that, I was just like, man, I could do that plus making them decipher it. So it's like when they hear it again, it's just like, oh, wow, I didn't even know he said that, you know? So it gives it a lot of replay value too, you know what I mean? And I think we're losing that in general when it comes to just music being made. At the end of the day, music, you know, the drum is everywhere. You know, we can find ways to hit it. So it's just, you know.
Yeah. Do you put it in your culture, in your music? You know, because like I said, being like Indian, you don't see a lot of Indian MCs out there and stuff. So it's like, do you when you come through, I ain't saying, you know, like,
oh yeah, like dress up and
but like, you know, just like the things that you say, like probably something that, you know, people from, or not India, but Indian people could relate to. That's like something that you drop gems.
Right. Yeah. At times, man. At times, I like to do that. I like to do that a lot. I like to bring my culture into my raps, like all the time. Like I just dropped a song called "All We Need." Well, actually, no, it's been up. You know, like basically right now I just got like 2 songs right now. You know, just kind of vibing it out. You know, working on projects and stuff. But like, you know, I shout out a few. You know, Hindu beings up in there. You know what I mean? And just a lot of things. You know, like, cause man, you know, just learning about my culture, the crazy, just, you know what I mean, just the whole. It's just so crazy how, like, out of every, you know, religion, you know, I don't even use labels, you know what I mean? It's just, it's all to love, you know what I mean? But just in general, that specificness when it comes to Hinduism, it was just, you know, it's mind-boggling. Like, you look at a picture and it's just like so many things on it, you know? And it's like, at times I'm talking to like my little cousins up there in the homelands and stuff, and they're just like, I asked them, I'm like, do you know what is on this? Like, this is just, yeah, he's sitting and lotus, but there's so much more.
When you do shows and you do like venues and stuff, like, do you I feel like the crowd gets surprised when you
start man, yeah, bro.
What's that feeling like when you know you walk up there and everybody already has you stereotyped? And
yeah, bro,
bars,
man, dude, yes, bro, yeah, man. When people first see me just on stage, man, they're just like, okay, like, who are you? You know, I like, you know, just in general, like coming from the places I've seen, I just seen so many MCs not find a way to interact, you know, and like stuff like that. And I think that's the step that when people see that from me, they're just like, whoa, okay, like this is something right here, you know? And it's just like, it's only because of the energy, you know? And like, of course I'm not gonna sit here and say everybody there probably has know exactly what I mean, but you know, it's okay, you know, because like in due time I hope that they can take a little bit of their time of the day and listen to it, you know, and listen to what I have to say, you know. But, you know, at shows, it's like, it's a whole nother energy for me, you know. It's a whole nother way to think, because I'm just like, okay, I gotta find out how to get these people to dig it, but at the same time keep my credibility, you know, keep the sort of like persona that I'm trying to lay on them, you know what I mean? So
how do you feel about, you know, the things you've accomplished so far?
You know, the accomplishments, man, that I look at as just, I feel like everything that's a part of this music is like always an accomplishment, you know. And even the mistakes, you know, a lot of mistakes created accomplishment, you know. And I never look at accomplishment as like the money in your pocket, just, you know, in egotism or anything like that, you know. The success and achievement is just in yourself. And if you feel comfortable with how you feel and how you can personify yourself to people, then, you know, the achievement is like already made, you know, without you really like looking and craning on it, you know what I mean? So it's just like, I'm slowly realizing what just in general, like, accomplishments are coming in, and like I'm feeling good about it, and I'm feeling good about just where the music's going now, and like where I stand as an artist, you know what I mean? So feels good, for real. Yeah.
What keeps you waking up in the morning wanting to do this, wanting to pursue this craft, man?
I tell myself, man, if I ain't doing this, man, what I got? What else we doing? You know what I mean? Like if I ain't doing something that's trying to help people or trying to change the way people feel, then I feel like just a block. I feel like a building block, you know, a building block that's not being moved. It's still a building block though, so it can be used to be making the wall, but I'm just there, you know what I mean?
How about you want people to feel from your music? What is it exactly that you want to take away?
Just using your fullest ability of yourself, you know, because we have so much to offer. And I see people not do that sometimes, you know what I mean? And it's just like, it slowly makes me wonder, like, why, you know. I analyze that in the sense of, why do you feel this way, you know? And we got to look at the roots of the person and stuff like that. And we're kind of stuck in this world where like tradition has been like implanted in society and rules, you know. And I hope through the music I make, you know, people can question what they're doing, you know, because I feel like people don't want to question themselves just because, you know, they're kind of just, okay, I'm satisfied, you know what I mean? But their satisfaction could be unsatisfaction for others, you know, or unsatisfaction for themselves could be satisfaction for others, you know. It's a hit or miss. But people don't really think about just the whole spectrum, because we got to think about everything. We got to think about all the questions that we're, you know, asking. And especially as artists, you know, especially as musicians, you know, movie makers, you know, all what makes it dope is like their body's gone, but the work that they put into this world it's there, you know. It's there somehow, somewhere. Somebody's gonna find it, you know. Learn that best from just crate digging.
Is there any advice that you could give a untapped artist?
You know, man, the best advice I give is just let it flow, let it come out, you know. Because when I was starting with this, man, I always questioned myself. I was always telling myself, like, this is not good, like, this is not good, this is not that. And I now, you know, barely now, this is like not even like a long time ago, like I still got so much to learn, you know what I mean? But what I learned from those experiences, I was just telling myself, like, dang, man, I really said no to a lot of things. Like, why? Like, you know, I write a bar like 2 years ago. I look at that notebook now and I'm like, these bars are tight. Why did I do anything with them? And it's just like, that's something that I hope people don't do, you know what I mean? I hope like people are just open to that. But also just know if somebody's telling you like, hey man, like that's not really flowing well, okay, be a little open and be like, okay, maybe I can fix myself. Like that's not a get out of jail free card for somebody to be like, I'll say anything, you know, like, nah man, like still think about what you're saying. I'm not saying like don't say no to anything, because like it's good to say no to things, you know? Just you know, just really look at it and really analyze it, you know. That's a really big thing, analyzing, you know. So hopefully, like, whoever's on tap, man, just analyze your situations, but never doubt it either, you know. So right there. Yeah, man, shouts to Eyeless Collective, man. We just hopped on with the band, man. We low-key just did a show yesterday, man. My voice is kind of fucked up, but the energy was freaking crazy, man. Yeah, I play keys on that, you know, synthesizer, man. I'm kind of digging into the synth world, bro. It's kind of, oh man, it's kind of crazy, you know, the sine waves and it's wild. It's like it's a whole nother language, bro. So it's like so I love just vibing with them, and shouts to Coherent, Noah James, all those people, man. Verby S, man, they hooked me up with shows and stuff, and like to let me experience my craft. So yeah.
Where can the audience find you at, man?
SoundCloud.com/Sanity Minds, man. It's the same for Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Yes, Sanity Minds. Yep, all of that, man. And simplest to it. There you go. Yeah.
Good show, man. Yo, I appreciate you coming through, doing this interview with us.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you, man. Untap Hip Hop, bro. Untap.
Thank you, man. What we gonna do?
The strain is all that I see. Rotting down sloths in my windshield's white. He only got paid 5 cents, so I wrote this in his honor as I'm lighting up some incense. Can't dismay reality. If you looking for a high that will blow you away, well, go outside and see what's above you. The universe is here and is always down to trust you, whether you a sinner or a demon. A god, a joke, or whatever's in between them. Let the world ease in, don't lose sight of your importance. Can't lose time, I can barely afford it, so I'm rushing for a moment of clarity. Yet patience is key, so the future ain't scaring me. I let go of everything just to say I've had enough. Like crumbs to the birds, I'm satisfied with what I had, pouring my heart out. This what I earned. Ain't about what's the worst, it's how you endured and learn. Remember there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Thought the fight was over till I crawled out of the rubble. Never underestimate the strength of the subtle. Only amongst a couple, cause legends ain't got no double. So whenever I feel like I want a man, I take a walk down memory lane to find a route. Cause I'm strolling. And now I'm holding on what I got. And if they take this piece, I swear I'll lose it. Can't lose my temper as I'm walking down the avenue, right? Twisted, knotted, glued to my conscience. How much can I sustain? Riding, so I say same, breaking, shattering, must be unraveling, hanging on a little hope. Hopefully I don't choke. Murder she wrote with a devilish grin. Praying for my downfall, but not today. I'm awake with a vision, I can't miss it. They want my ambition, but it's not for sale. Never taking L's. Through this I will prevail. Yes, I'm a champion, but still paying bus fares. I don't care, I let it flow in the breeze. Whether a peasant or king, you should know what this means. A strife of such importance, don't take it lightly. The way I lay hooks, you would think I'm fighting. So call this a sting of a cobra. Said the war was never over. Yeah, the war was never over. I'm strolling. And now I'm holding on what I got. Right, and if they take my piece, I swear I'll lose it. I can't lose my temper as I'm walking down the avenue. Right, Untap Hip Hop, Sanity. Word up.